from Team P2P, and we are presenting to you Refi, a variable interest rate lending and borrowing protocol that maintains the credit score for its users and also issues on-chain credit cards for easy external payments. Now let's understand how Refi works. So we have divided the protocol into 4 incremental phases, and the first one being setting up a basic lending and borrowing protocol. Since we were beginners in DeFi, we decided to build on top of existing solutions in space, and we chose Aave2 since it has a most beginner friendly documentation and a really well written code base. So we forked Aave2 and created a minimal implementation consisting of only the variable interest rate lending and borrowing, which suits our future requirements. Then the second phase is building a credit scoring framework that tracks users' financial activities and maintains an on-chain credit score based on that. So in traditional finance, a credit score is a number between 300 to 900 that represents a user's creditworthiness. In other words, the higher is your credit score, the higher you can borrow against the deposited collateral. So we studied the existing credit scoring frameworks like FICO and Vantage Score for the factors they use in calculating credit score. Based on that, we have identified 3 factors that should have highest impact while calculating credit scores in DeFi perspective. The first one is payment history. So the protocol tracks all the transactions of a particular user, especially the liquidations that occur. And whenever a user's borrowing position is liquidated, the credit score is decreased by some factor. The second factor that we use is credit utilization. So it is the percentage of amount that a user borrows with respect to the maximum amount the user is allowed to borrow. So if a user maintains 100% credit utilization, which means the position gets riskier and might be liquidated faster in case of market conditions. So a credit utilization of 85% is considered optimal by us and results in highest increase in credit score over the time. And the third factor is credit history. It is basically the time period over which you maintain your borrowed loan. So you don't have to do anything to increase the credit score, just maintain your borrowed position in a healthy way without liquidating, and your credit score will continuously increase based on your credit utilization. To know the exact algorithm and the calculations used for maintaining a credit score, please see the reputation logic library in our repository. Then the third phase is providing different benefits to users based on their credit score. So we first divided users into 4 different classes, that is bronze, silver, gold and platinum, using their credit scores. And the higher classes provide users a higher LTV, that is higher borrowing power. The fourth and final phase is issuing credit cards to users. Users can mint their Refi credit card as an NFT from the platform. The NFT is dynamic, that is, it changes its properties and benefits based on the current class or the current credit score of the user. The credit card has a borrow limit and lets the user borrow and pay in a single transaction. This allows the user to pay in a token without holding it or swapping the existing tokens for it. NFT makes it really easy for external dApps to integrate Refi payments. A bit about the tech stack we have used. The protocol is deployed on Refi as well as Polygon's Mumbai testnet, and it uses Chainlink price feeds for calculating health of all the loans on it. Each transaction on the protocol emits certain events which are indexed by the graph and which are used in creating a liquidation bot for monitoring the health of protocol. And the images for credit cards are stored on nft.storage for permanent and immutable storage. And finally, our front-end app is built using React and deployed on Fleek. Now let's see a quick demonstration of the project. I have deployed a fresh version of protocol on Hardhat, and here on homepage we can see the list of assets a user can supply or borrow from the protocol. I have initially deposited 100 DAI from Hardhat's account 1, and now I'm doing the same for Link where I'm depositing 100 link from account 2. We have deposited the 100 link. Now since I have deposited a collateral, I can now borrow the DAI. And since we are on hard hat network and there is no chain link price oracle here, so we have kept the mock price for DAI and link, which is same, $15. And since the max loan to value ratio is 70% and I have deposited 100 link, I can borrow about 70 DAI, which is shown in the borrow column. Now here we can see we have successfully borrowed 50 DAI. So this top container shows the current state of the reserve. This is a DAI reserve, and since there is no DAI token on the hard hat testnet, we have deployed a mock ERC20 token. And in case of real testnet, this link here would take you to the block explorer showing the actual token address. Then this link would take you to the faucet. Then here we have market size, which is total USD equivalent of DAI deposited in the protocol. Then here is available liquidity. The difference between these two is the amount of dollar equivalent DAI that are borrowed by the people. And this is the current price of DAI, which is $15. And since there is no chain link price oracle on hard hat, we have deployed a mock price oracle as well, where we have kept the DAI price and link price same as $15 and the ETH price as $30. Now here are the technical parameters in case of any DeFi protocol. There is deposit APY and borrow APY. Then we have the percentage utilization of reserve, the max LTV for the user, which is the user's borrowing power, then the liquidation threshold and the liquidation penalty. And all these factors are briefly explained in our docs here. In fact, all the functionalities of Refi are explained really briefly in this docs page. Now on the dashboard page, I can see my data on the protocol. I have supplied in total $1,500 and I have total borrowed about $750. And here this is my health factor, which I should keep above 1 to avoid being liquidated. Then as you have seen, I have supplied link 100 link and I borrowed 50 DAI. Then the above part is a credit score part. Every user has a credit score of 300 in the start, and as he consistently borrows without liquidity, the credit score improves over time. So, and here is the option to mint my credit card. I'm going to click that. You can see the credit score range 300 to 600 is for bronze, and the bronze card gets loaded. And the rate at which my credit score is increasing is very high, since I have set those parameters for testing in the hard hat network. In real network, the uh, rate of increase of credit score is very low, so it approximately takes about 3 months to get from credit score of 300 to a 600, which is the next class, that is silver class. That is if you maintain your borrowed positions without getting liquidated with optimal credit utilization of 85%. Here I have a little less credit utilization, so the rate of increase is slightly less. And if it is higher than 85%, then also it will be then so the rate of increase will be. Now I will just quickly fast forward the video to show how credit score improves and how a new NFT is loaded as the new credit score is improved, and how are the what are the benefits of higher classes. So you can see now my credit score has improved and the card is silver. And the benefit, the last time you must have seen the LTV was 70%, now it is 75%, it is improved by 5%. So currently the benefits are maintained in a way that each subsequently higher class provides you a 5% higher borrowing power. uh, Now let's see for the next class. Here you can see the gold card, and let's see the LTV. It is 80% now. The refresh button is kept here for hard hat network only, and the credit score calculated is completely real time using the block dot timestamp feature. But the block dot timestamp doesn't work in the hard hat chains since it is structured differently. But in real testnet or mainnet, the credit score provided is real time. Platinum class is the highest class from 800 to 900, which provides the maximum benefits. Where we can see the LTV is maximum, it is 85%, and the liquidation threshold is 5% higher than that. You must have noticed that the credit card is customized for each user by printing their address on the image. This is achieved by Canvas API, and the whole image is uploaded to NFT.storage. Actually, four such images are updated to NFT.storage, and the metadata or image is changed on the backend to reflect the dynamic credit score. Here is a credit card minted on Ringbay testnet, so we can view it on OpenSea. Here is the Refi collection. The credit card also shows the borrow limit for given user or its holder, and also allows the user to pay using that card to the given address. This is an important feature for any external dApp to integrate a Refi card as a payment gateway. Now about the liquidation section. This tab lists out all the unhealthy positions on the protocol with the use of subgraph, and anyone can liquidate those positions to keep the protocol secure. Currently, there are no liquidable positions since there are no price fluctuations, so it isn't loading any position. Now I'm going to repay the DAI I borrowed, and by scrolling down you can see the repay option is here. Now I have two options: I can pay partially or repay the entire loan up to the last decimal. So I'm going to take the latter option. And now since I have paid my entire debt, I can completely withdraw my deposited assets. So I'm going to withdraw all my deposited link from here. A final thing to note: since the protocol is deployed on multiple blockchains, to interact with the contract on different blockchain, you will have to change the network from MetaMask. So yeah, I changed to Ringby, and now you can see it is using the Chainlink's price oracle, and the price will change to $1. Moving forward, these are the features that we plan to implement: a governance forum with higher voting power to higher class users, upgradable contract architecture, and we would like to integrate other IOI features such as stable rate, flash loan, etc. Pay with Refi widget for external dApps to easily integrate Refi card payments. So that's all from my side. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.